Ollie got a call to go to a burglary out on the east side of the city. He made his way over there. As he pulled up, you could see that the police were still there. So Ollie got out his notepad and his tools and entered up to the house, but as he was just about to ring the doorbell, the door swung open. And there was a fancily dressed guy laughing and chatting with some random person and then the police detective. And they turned and they saw Ollie and said, "Oh, Ollie, I didn't realize you were coming. Sorry. It's all sorted out here. Felix here solved the mystery." And the fancy dressed man, nodded and said, "Hello, Ollie, I've heard of you. My name is Felix. I'm also a private eye. New in town. Well, nice to meet you." And off he went. And the owner said, "Sorry, I didn't know that he was coming." I said, "No, it's okay. I'm glad you got your thing sorted out. I'll see you later." Well, I was kind of annoyed. He didn't understand why or who had called this other detective in when they'd already called him. And a little jealous of how quickly Felix had solved the crime. But he put it out of his head and went about his daily, normal business. The next day, I got a call about a store right near his house, actually, that had been broken into overnight. I headed down there, and when he walked into the store, there was this Felix person again, talking with the owner. And the owner saw Ollie and said, "Oh, Ollie, hi. Have you met Felix?" And Felix said, "Ah, yes, we're acquainted." I said, "Yeah, I've met him. Anyway, so tell me about your break-in." And Felix said, "Well, sorry, I don't mean to steal your thunder, but I just happened to be walking by and saw the broken glass and came in to inquire, and well, I'm afraid we've cracked it already. The guy is tied up in the back in the changing room, and the police are on their way." Then I said, "Sorry, Ollie, I didn't..." He just sort of showed up, and yeah, he really got it sorted out quickly. It's pretty impressive. I said, it's all right. I mean, yeah, that happens. Felix, nice to see you again, I guess." She said, "Yeah, you too, Ollie. We should have coffee or something sometime." I said, Yeah, sure. I mean, you have my number from the website, right?" And Felix said, "Yeah, I'll give you a call." A couple of days later, something similar happened. He got a call from a guy that ran a hot dog cart, that someone had run up and robbed him. By the time Ollie got to the cart, Felix was coming from the other direction with some young street ruffian who Felix was gripped by the collar on the back of his shirt and was walking back to the place, and the ruffian handed the money back to the hot dog owner, and the hot dog owner said, "Thanks, sir. Oh, hi, Ollie. Sorry. I was calling you, and then this Felix guy came running by and just, like, I don't know, nabbed this kid. Who thought, that's the kid who did it. So I'm sorry about that." Felix said, "Oh, Ollie, yes, hi. Nice to see you again." I said, "Hey, yeah, good to see you too. Since you're just wrapping up here, do you want to go grab that coffee?" Felix said, "Oh, yeah, sure." So they went to the coffee shop around the corner. And I said, "So, Felix, you're new in town, you're a private eye. I'm Ollie. I'm a private eye also. I've been around for a while. What brings you to our fair city?" Felix said, "Oh, I'm from Phoenix, and yeah, Phoenix got a little boring. I thought there might be more interesting things here in Baltimore, so I decided to come take a visit. And so far, I'm liking it, but I feel like I'm stepping on your toes a little bit, to be honest with you." I said, "Don't worry about it. Octopuses don't have toes." And Felix laughed. He said, "Yeah, I know, but it seems like I keep on walking up on your cases." I said, "Yeah, it does a little bit. That happened a lot. But, it's probably just a fluke. There's lots of crimes going on here. I'm sure there's plenty of stuff for both of us to cover. So how'd you get into, crime fighting?" She said, "Oh, it's kind of a family business, I guess. My parents were in related work, and, yeah, I've done this kind of thing since I was a kid, I guess." I said, "Oh, okay, that's cool. Yeah, I just got into it myself after I came on land. I had a perspective that other people didn't seem to have, so it's turned out to be useful." Felix said, "Yeah, that makes sense. Hey, listen, it's been nice to meet you a little bit, Ollie, but I have to run. I actually have an appointment I have to get to." I said, all right, well, I'll see you around, Felix from Phoenix." Felix laughed. I said, "That is good. You're Ollie the Octopus, and I'm Felix from Phoenix. All right, see ya." And Felix left. But Ollie also left. A couple minutes after. Well, not a couple minutes after, like 45 seconds after. See, Ollie was beginning to suspect something strange was going on with Felix. So he followed him. He was being very careful. Ollie is very sneaky. He's pretty sure Felix didn't see him. Felix went down into the park. Ollie had the advantage of being on his own home turf, so he knew where he could go to keep an eye on, to keep Felix in view without Felix really necessarily knowing. Felix made his way through the park and up into Remington. Ollie followed, and he went into a house. It was kind of a beaten-up old house, and the for rent sign was still on there.
What?
The for rent sign.
For rent.
For rent. Yeah. Felix had gone in the back door. But Ollie climbed his way up onto a roof nearby where he could see the front and the back door. And he just waited. He was there for probably 2 hours. Nothing much happening. But it was a nice day, and Ollie was enjoying the sunshine. Then he saw Felix leave, once again out the back door. And Ollie had a tough choice. He could continue to follow Felix. He's pretty sure Felix didn't know he was there. But there might be more to learn in the house. So Ollie decided on that course of action. He saw Felix head back towards Charles Village. And when he was a couple blocks away, still moving, Ollie climbed down from where he was, and he went to the door that Felix had come in and out of. He tried the handle, and it was locked. But there was a window. Ollie tried it, and it couldn't get all the way open, but it got open a little bit, and a little bit's enough for an octopus. So he squeezed his way through. Well, I looked around. The place was a flop house. The electricity wasn't on. He tried the stove and the gas wasn't on. The place was dirty and didn't look like anyone lived there. I thought, that's strange. And then I found one room that was fixed up, cleaned up anyway. Some battery-operated lamps and a cot, and a little mobile wardrobe. That's not necessarily the only thing that Ollie saw, because Ollie also saw a book on tracing and hacking calls, and some telephone equipment. And The other thing Ollie saw was a wall full of clippings about himself. There's newspaper articles, printouts from Ollie's blog, photos of Ollie, maps. This guy was stalking Ollie. On a hunch, he texted his friend Jill. He said, Jill, I need you to call my work phone. Can you do it right now? Jill said, sure, I'll do it right now. Ollie heard his work phone ringing and silenced it. And 10 seconds after it rang, there was a noise from the equipment. Ollie picked up. He said, hello. And Jill said, oh, hi, Ollie. Well, why did you need me to call this phone? I said, I'm testing out a theory. About 10 seconds after he started talking, he started hearing their voices on the equipment. He said, yep, my phone's being tapped. Yep, all right. Thank you, Jill. Jill said, sure, good luck getting that fixed. I said, oh, I'm going to fix it all right. He did some messing around with the equipment. Ollie knows a little bit about electronics. Enough to change some settings here and there. Then he took some photos and he left. He didn't want to stay too long or do anything obvious, because he didn't really know what Felix's game was yet. Excuse me. So then Ollie went back to his office and took out a backup phone that he uses sometimes. Not his work phone, but it's the number that he programmed in to the phone tapping device. He got that out, and then he called a friend of his, two friends of his that are actors. He said, guys, I need to hire you for a short job. The actor said, okay, what's up? He said, I need one of you to be a mugger and one of you to be mugged. And then whoever's mugged, I need you to call me in for help. Make it obvious. Make it easy to figure out who it is. Make yourself easy to track. Maybe, I know. Whoever's doing the mugging, have a bunch of, dress yourself up as a contractor and have a chalk line that's leaking out of your pocket. I said, all right, where do you want us to do this? I said, do it right here in Charles Village, right, I don't know, across from the bookstore. I said, all right, when? How soon can you get there? I said, well, I'll need about an hour to put together the contractor costume. I said, all right, an hour sounds good, but don't call my regular phone. I'll give you another number to call. Excuse me. Well, about an hour later, Ollie got a call on his, backup phone. Said, Ollie, this is Ollie the Octopus, right? It was the actor. I said, yep, it's me. Ollie, I've just been mugged right outside of the bookstore on 33rd Street. You gotta help me. I think you might better follow him, but I don't know. It's kind of your area. I said, I'll be right there. But Ollie didn't go right there. He'd given some more instructions to the person that was going to be doing the mugging. The guy was to wait in an alley just around the corner. And Ollie went straight there. Well, Ollie got there. A few minutes later, here comes Felix. Ollie was hiding. Felix said, you there. I know you mugged that dude. You're going to come with me. You're going to give him his money back. And if you don't, I'm going to call the police. Just then, Ollie used his regular phone to call his backup phone. And about 10 seconds after it connected, Ollie had them both on mute. A phone in Felix's pocket started ringing. He said, "Oh, shoot. You stay right there." And he grabbed the guy, the actor, and put zip ties on his wrists. "Stay right there," Felix said. And Felix put the phone up to his ear, but didn't say anything. But Ollie picked up the phone and said, "Felix, look up." Felix was surprised by this. But he looked up. He saw Ollie there, with his phone to his ear. Felix hung up the phone, put it in his pocket, and looked down sadly. And Ollie came crawling down the wall. But "Felix, why are you tapping my phone calls? What's you up to? What is your game here?" He said, "You got me. I was trying to make a name for myself as a detective. I thought if I beat you at all your cases, I could get my name out there. You've got such a good client base. Everybody knows your name. I thought maybe I could get my name out there by stealing a little of your thunder. I mean, I did solve the crimes." And I said, "Yeah, you did. But tapping somebody's phone without their permission, like you've done, is also a crime." I said, "Yeah, you're right. I mean, we should get this guy back." I said, "You don't need to get that guy back. He's an actor that I hired for this charade." I said, "Oh, you can go now." And the actor slipped out of the zip ties. I said, "Yeah, I've been zip tie handcuffed before. You're going to have to do better than that if you're going to use that as part of your sketchy little detective game, Mr. Felix." Then the actor, trotted off happily. I said, "Felix, I don't know what your deal is. You seem like a pretty good detective. But you can't just steal my thunder. So here's the deal. You're going to pick up shop, and you're going to at least move to a different part of town. You're going to build your own name on your own steam. And if you want to work together sometime, I'd be up for it, honestly. If you ever want to talk shop, we can talk shop. But if you don't get out of my turf, if you try to steal from me again, I'm going to tell the cops all about your little phone tapping thing. And instead of catching criminals, you're going to be spending time with them in jail." Felix said, "I'm sorry. Do you have any suggestions about areas? I just sort of knew this area from reading about you. I really am from Phoenix." Oh, I give a big sigh. I said, "All right. Tell you what. Let's go have another cup of coffee. This time no sneaking off. We'll look at a map and figure something out." Felix said, "Really? You do that for me even after what I did to you?" I said, "Yeah, but you're buying the coffee. You're buying me a cookie, too." And that was the case of Ollie and the Secret Admirer.